Good morning, my miracle friends. Yet another day begins. As we sit here quietly preparing for the best day of our lives, rub our hands together and place them over our beautiful, precious, beating hearts. Give yourself a cheeky smile and feel the excitement of a new day bubbling inside. Close your eyes and turn your attention inwards. All you need is a hint of audacity and the courage to dance with it, and you can do anything in life. Trust those gut feelings that pull you towards the unknown, because sometimes the best things come from the unexpected places. Follow passion, not expectation. Case Kenny from That's Bold of You, How to Thrive as Your Most Vibrant, Weird and Real Self. Lesson 14 from A Course in Miracles. You may think, hang on a minute, what's happened to lesson 13? I've skipped it and I'm not a fan of it. So straight into lesson 14, which by the way is not for the faint-hearted. This is quite a hardcore lesson. And I have rewritten bits of it, and I have replaced some of the God words with alternative words. He won't mind, he thinks it's funny. And you'll find the original unaltered lesson just below in the text. Lesson 14. God did not create a meaningless world. The universe did not create a meaningless world. The idea for today is, of course, the reason why a meaningless world is impossible. What God did not create does not exist. And everything that does exist exists as divine fun God created it. The world you see has nothing to do with reality. It is of your own making, and it does not exist. The exercises for today are to be practiced with eyes closed throughout. The mind-searching period should be short, a minute at most. Do not have more than 3 practice periods with today's idea unless you find them comfortable. If you do, it will be because you really understand what they are for. The idea for today is another step in learning to let go the thoughts that you have written on the world, and see below it the words that Divine Lover God has written in their place. With eyes closed, think of the horrors of the world that cross your mind. Name each one as it occurs to you, and then deny its reality. God did not create it, and so it is not real. This is your personal repertoire of horrors at which you are looking. These things are part of the world you see. Some of them are shared illusions, and others are part of your own personal hell. It does not matter. What universal loving life force God did not create can only be in your own mind apart from its. Therefore, it has no meaning. In recognition of this fact, conclude the practice periods by repeating today's idea. Radiant God did not create a meaningless world. Remember, this year is an experiment. Practical application of these lessons will lead to an actual experience, and your personal experiential evidence will spur you on. You can then decide for yourself if living a light-hearted lover's life is for you, or you may prefer to stay in a small, fearful existence because it is more familiar, and 99% of the world likes to think like that. If love is the truest, absolute truth, and therefore anything loveless is not the highest, majestic, noble truth, it is therefore meaningless. Only love is real. This lesson asks us to release our grip on the thoughts that we have written on the world and see the words of love in their place. This can be quite difficult and quite painful. Be brave. This is hardcore and very controversial and not at all politically correct. But rest assured, you are being led gently in the direction of liberation, perfect safety, and perfect peace. With eyes closed, you're asked to think of some of the bad news of the world that crosses your mind. Name each one as it occurs to you and then deny its reality. For example, love did not create that war, and so it is not real. Love did not create that disaster, and so it is not real. Love did not create the illness in the body, and so it is not real. Love did not break down my relationship, so it's not real. Suitable subjects to bring up today include anything you may be afraid of happening to you or anyone you're concerned about, or anything that disturbs your peace today. God did not create a meaningless world. It did not create blah, 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 specific situation, and so it is not real. Conclude with love or God did not create a meaningless world. I know this is a hard one. And you probably want to give up at this point and say, this Course in Miracles is bullshit. But stay with me and just try it. After you desensitize yourself to the initial resistance and the mental struggle of these statements, a softening may occur in your contemplation. Nothing is set in stone. Everything is perspective. So I'm not going to argue each point and diminish anyone's experiences of their personal horrors and traumas. But I will just say it's not unconditional love that creates war and destruction or violence. It's the absence of love that creates wars. It's fear, anger, hate, resentment, grievances. But even amongst these horrors, there is a truer truth written under the human suffering. A human spirit, a rarefied incredibleness of miraculous stories, often untold, unexpected golden threads of love that inevitably arise, that most news channels find uninteresting for their audiences. We are here to contemplate. If you just keep the conversation going, the thought thread will eventually lead to peace. Beloved Divine, the perfect day already exists. Thank you for guiding me and everyone concerned to this. Love before us and love behind us. Love to the left of us and love to the right of us. Love above us and love below us. Love expressed through us. Love emanate from us, touching everyone and everything in the form and the formless. Where would love have us go today? What would love have us do today? What would love have us say or not say today, and to whom? Have an amazing day!